Yeah.
We're live. We are. We're on screen.
What?
We are.
We
We are. Definitely. We're definitely
I don't
there.
see. I mean, oh no, we are on screen.
Not even a minute in.
I'd love-
We already have an oh no. Good job.
I mean, it's kind of my job. Julio, Wames, JP. Oh my God, Alfred's here.
We got everyone in. Mushy. Hello, Mushy. How are you? JP, for the
Adonria.
record, JP, I was not late. I was here on time. Well, I was the last in. I was the last in.
Sorry, that was
Uh,
probably the last up.
We're all here. Blackout Gaming. Oh my gosh. No green screens. This is the real life stream.
This is raw.
Well,
This is
except for
raw.
Guzee.
Yeah.
Guzee doesn't count.
But
He left his
Guzee
up.
lives
I
in
keep it 100.
Yeah, he's always in streamer mode.
Even when he's offline.
Where's everybody's glasses by the dogs?
Oh, we forgot.
Oh,
We forgot.
No, Guzee's the only one.
Talk show secrets, guys. Talk show secrets.
Yeah, oops,
next time.
oops.
Next time.
Behind the scenes.
Oops. Behind the scenes stuff. I don't know. You can see our rooms. Of course you can. Of course you can.
Well, I'm in a closet, Adonria. So they keep me in a closet.
That's where Phydeaux keeps her. She's in a
This
closet.
is my room. Just a green screen and a desk.
Gotta say, a hat with 30+ degree temperatures. He loves his beanies. Don't make fun of him, Mushy.
Yeah.
Also, we have air conditioning, so it is like below 20 in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Which is nice.
So it's probably
Yeah.
hotter here for me. Fantastic.
Is Grump starting a pop collection?
Yeah, it's
starting.
illegal. I think it's illegal
I don't have
here
that many.
to
Cthulhu. I only
cut
have.
people's power
I only have
off during the summer because people will die from the heat. So
That's perky.
yeah.
Great. We
No killing
started
people
the
during
the stream off with conversations of death. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Perfect.
mhm.
Welcome to our
Yeah,
first
fantastic.
DNA stream, ladies and gentlemen, from the DNA channel, talking about death.
Yay! Well, we're actually, gonna talk about fun things, not death.
Not death. No.
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 No. We figured that we would we talk about DNA. I mean, that's why we're all here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. This is a one-off special. Welcome to the DNA channel because it's a new channel, and
Mhm.
also congrats on 200 members. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, 200. Holy smokes.
200. I know. In 2 months, really.
May 5th was DNA's birthday. And I don't think we even really started gaining traction until like a month after that.
Yeah.
So
Well, we didn't even really promote it for a couple of weeks, really, did we? We were
we
setting
just
it up.
hung out in it. We didn't really even
Yeah. It was like
We didn't
us,
invite
it
you.
was us and like 5 certified streamers, I think, back then.
right. Yeah.
And nobody talked about any of it.
Nope.
Right. No, we all knew
We
that we
were
were a part
Fight
of
Club.
DNA. Yeah, we were
Yeah.
Fight Club.
Yeah, pretty much. First rule of DNA is you don't talk about DNA.
That's not true. Don't promote that.
Not now. Yeah, not now, guys. Not now. You're allowed to talk about it now.
That was the
Um,
first rule.
that
Now
was
we're
the first
Plastic
yeah.
Mayhem.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've since crossed that out.
yeah.
We're changing it to
We
you
decided it was
must
a
talk about
terrible rule.
DNA.
It didn't work.
Oh, the beginning. Yes.
Oh, we're gonna get very nostalgic today, Adonria, I think.
We are, yeah, because Guzee's going to start talking about origin stories for us.
He is.
It's yeah.
How
we're
does
So
that
gonna-
go?
there's this radioactive
Yes.
spider.
Oh wait.
No. Oh no.
Wait, was there not a radioactive spider?
Well, this
It must have
one
been a
time I went on
radioactive
science trip
Starbucks.
and- Radioactive Starbucks. Yes,
Radioactive
that's my
Starbucks.
story.
That's how it
I went
happened.
to Starbucks and my black tea lemonade was radioactive, and since then I've been trying to get sponsored, and hashtag still not sponsored.
Oh, rip.
If you don't get sponsored by the end of the year, I'm quitting. I'm quitting streaming. I'm not.
Yeah, we're done.
I'm not.
All right, so I guess that means we're gonna move right into origin stories, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So, like they said, obviously we all had a beginning somewhere, right? We didn't just start up Twitch one day and have our viewerships. It all had to start somewhere. For me, I'm going to be completely real right now. A year ago, I never even visited Twitch. It was not one of my websites. It was, I always thought it was so weird. It's like, why am I going to sit there and watch people play video games? I don't understand it. And like I said, I'm going to keep this completely real for you guys.
Be real.
I was talking to a buddy, completely real. Keep it 100. I was talking to a buddy, and he's got a pretty decent following, and he was talking about the monetary side, and I was like, holy shit, seriously? I get money for fucking playing video games? Sorry. Earmuffs.
Yeah, we
Earmuffs.
decided we were trying to keep this stream family friendly. Good job, Guz. Good job.
Yep. It's already done. Rip.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
It's fine. Carry on.
Anyways, earmuffs for the children. And I was like, wow, really? That's awesome. And I ended up watching that particular stream, and I saw the community aspect of it and saw how much fun he was having. I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I started watching more Twitch and more Twitch. And eventually I was like, I want to do this. And again, in the back of my mind, it was kind of like, hey, I can make money doing this. And as I started doing it, and as people started coming in, I was like, yeah, money's cool, but this is more awesome because I got people who are just hanging out with me and just, shooting the breeze while I suck at WoW or whatever I suck at, which is a lot of things if you've watched me before. I think JP was there. What was it that I was playing? BioShock. And I would stand in front of a turret while it's shooting at me. It's like, hey guys, I think I'm getting shot. I can't tell. But it was still so much fun because I had everybody just laughing at how terrible I am. And again, for me, it was just all about that community aspect. And that's why I ever even started. So how about you, Echo?
So I think I've said this a couple times in my streams, but I think it's important to drive home that everybody has like a reason they start streaming. So Guzee's obviously was the draw to the community, to being able to hang out with people while he games. And I don't remember what brought us to Guzee, but Phi and I were hanging out, and I think it was somebody posted a go live for Guzee in a mutual Discord server. And we're like, Guzee streams on Twitch? What? Like, why didn't we know this? Like, we have raided with Guzee for a long time and, played WoW, but like, we didn't know he streamed. So we popped in his channel one day and he was having so much fun and interacting with us. And it was really cool to be able to see somebody that we live so far away from, but have a relationship with, a friendship with, and be able to interact in that way. And it was a huge draw because Phi and I were so busy. Our social lives were each other. And then whatever we were watching on TV. And when Guzee started, we noticed Guzee was streaming, it really increased our ability to talk to our friends and to interact with people that we normally wouldn't be able to outside of, occasionally on Discord. And I told Guzee, I'm like, man, this looks so much fun. I would love to start doing this. And I was in a point in my life where I was starting to have more time on my hands because my position at work got cut. So I was like, I really want to do this. And Guzee basically stared in the camera. He goes, just do it. Just start. Go. And I'm like, okay, all right, I'm going to do it. I have a webcam. I have a desk mic. Let's go. So without Guzee's encouragement, there's no way I would be a streamer because I was so nervous and so worried about how well I was going to do. I didn't care about the money. I didn't care about any of that. I just wanted to hang out with people like Guzee was. And I had this reservation and I expressed that in his channel. And he's like, just do it. That's the I asked for advice. Just go. I'm like, that's nuts. Without Guzee telling me or encouraging me, I really don't think I would have started because I was very nervous, very self-conscious about it. So, and I think as a new streamer, you benefit from that kind of encouragement, which brings us to why Grumpy and I met, because new streamers sometimes learn that you raid each other and host each other, and that increases your viewership and creates relationships, and it can be really important when you just start.
Yeah, so Grumpy, why don't you tell us your home begins? And by the way, I just want to apologize to everybody because obviously Echo there is my fault.
Yep, I'm all his fault.
All your responsibility. Yeah, mine was a weird one. Because I was a YouTube baby. I watched YouTube for years and years. At one point, all I watched was YouTube. I didn't watch TV anymore. I didn't even really watch Netflix. I just watched YouTube. That was my one form of entertainment. And I wanted to start a podcast. I wanted to start a podcast years and years ago, but I always thought, how would I do it? I don't have any IRL friends who I could do it with. How do you meet people to do podcasts, blah, blah, blah. And so for years and years, I thought, should I just start a gaming channel and see what happens? And I thought, nah, it wouldn't work. And I don't exactly remember why it was that I came to Twitch instead. I think I looked at Twitch and thought, well, it's less prep really, which is crazy because it's not. It's more work than YouTube in my opinion. But you don't have to. You know what I mean? You can just start. You can go on. You can stream, and you can play a game. You don't have to be good at the game. You don't really have to think about it as much. And so I started streaming in October of last year for about a week or two. I think it might have been 2 weeks. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I had no viewers, and I don't know, like it was a lot of fun, but it didn't click for me. And then I got in sorry to go full on violin, poor Grumpy, but I got in like a bit of a relationship. So I ended up like Christmas was there. I was working a lot. I kind of just gave up on the channel for like 6 months really. Like 6 months I didn't stream at all, not a single stream. And then I broke up with my ex, and I just suddenly had all this spare time on my hands. And I was like, well, I have all this spare time. I have nothing else to do. Why don't I give streaming a go again? You know, because I had all the equipment. I'd bought all the equipment for it. I'd bought my microphone. I'd bought my camera and everything. I was like, let me give it a go. And second time around, something just clicked. I just understood it better. I don't know if maybe because I'd been watching Twitch a little bit in those 6 months. I'd been you know, engaging in people's chats, engaging people's communities for not a lot, but a little bit within those 6 months. And when I came back second time, it just clicked. I was like, yo, this is really fun. This is really fun. I started to get my first viewers. I started to, you know, actually have people to chat to, and it was crazy. So yeah, that's my origin story, if you will.
Awesome.
Not quite as romantic as
awesome.
yours, you know. I don't have someone who brought me in, but there we go.
Well, how did we meet, Grumpy?
So we met by pure coincidence, chance, whatever you want to call it, fate, whatever. Like I had been streaming World of Warcraft that day, and I learned pretty quickly that, you know, you should raid someone or host someone at the end of your stream. Like you absolutely should. Even if you have one viewer, you absolutely should raid. Even if you've got 0, do it, because I learned very quickly that I would raid somebody and then I'd start watching their content. You know, I go, okay, I like this content, let me watch it. And I saw you, I just popped up. I think it was probably the hair, if I'm being honest. I think it was probably seeing a ginger-haired WoW streamer. It might have been the duck picture, I'm not sure. But anyway, I raided you, started watching your stream, we got chatting, and like very quickly became friends as well, like very quickly. I remember, I think we chatted after the stream.
We did.
And you were like my first, whatever you want to say, streamer friend, colleague, whatever you want to call it. You were the first streamer that I spoke to as a streamer. You know, no longer I'm not a viewer anymore. We're streamers together, kind of thing. And you were the first person I spoke to. So that's how that happened.
I think as both small streamers and just starting out, it was
not
only was the raid beneficial to me because I know that you had viewers that also enjoyed my content and they went back and forth for a while. And they still do. We still share viewers. We still share a family. And
what did we decide it was? 69% of our viewers we share?
69%.
69%.
And that's kind of across the board for all 4 of us. I think when we were looking that's around how much viewership we share. And I think that really is a testament to the relationship we have, because without you and I being who we are with each other, our viewers wouldn't really enjoy both, you know? Because we really do, we share a family. And when we were both starting out, having somebody to talk to, somebody to support, because it does feel really good to support someone else and to share your joy, like especially at the end of your stream, you're kind of winding down, but you don't want that high you ride during streaming to end. And a good way to continue that momentum is to share it with someone else. And I think that we both really benefited, like mentally as streamers, and our communities did by doing that. And 69%. Yeah, it's a big number, which is it's beautiful. It's lovely. But as a small streamer, also, like, and the only person in the house who is streaming, Phy loved to engage with my community too. He would come home from work, and you guys, I didn't have a green screen to start, and Phy sat behind me. So he was able to come home and sit and play games and interact with my community too. And I think that was part of his draw to streaming, is because he saw, you know, how awesome the community was and how much he wanted to be involved. What do you think, Phy?
Yes.
You get your origin story now.
What? I get one?
How did you start, Phy? How did you start streaming?
So I started on Justin TV, actually.
Bloody hell, not that long ago.
Yeah.
Shh, don't age yourself.
Yeah. So I've been what I self-proclaimed Blizzard nut for a very long time. And when WoW came out, I got into the beta because I ran a guild of 100+ members, and not a single person had guild WoW access yet. It was just 100 people that had decided to be a guild way back in the day during alpha. So but since then I've gotten into every since Burning Crusade. We eventually made it into beta in vanilla, but since then I've made it into every single Blizzard alpha since then. So a few years ago I would start streaming my gameplay of the alpha to show my guildies and my friends what to see, what to expect, and just interact with them. And so basically I would stream for a week every year and a half.
Yeah.
So I streamed the Draenor alpha for like Guzee and JP and some guildies, and then I was streaming the Legion alpha. And Twitch doesn't keep your stuff around, so it was just like I did like 3-5 streams, and I didn't have a webcam, and it was just my headset, and my gameplay video, and then I just had a little photo of a corgi sitting over top my chat box in case anything was inappropriately said, or any of my personal friends and real ID popped up. So So yeah, that was my streaming experience before, Guz got Echo to start streaming, and I had fun, and everybody said, "Hey, when are you gonna stream? When are you gonna stream?" So it kind of became a joke, and I was like, "Well, when I make affiliate, I'll start streaming. So I need 50 followers." And I think I made it to like 38 followers before I ever actually did a stream. Because it was just so long. Yeah. I was
well
like,
done.
hey, oh yeah. So I was like, well, hell, I guess I need to start streaming. And I don't know. My gameplay of WoW is, if I'm not running a dungeon, I'm probably running laps inside the warrior class hall or doing laps around Dalaran. So I never found my WoW gameplay particularly entertaining. I'm not a high-end raider anymore. I just don't have the wherewithal to have a job as stressful as mine is and as many hours as mine is, and put in the same amount of work into raiding. So which is why our WoW guild is it was started off as is ironic because we were a hardcore raiding guild and we called ourselves casual. But we've actually turned over the years since Wrath chosen to embody that and just be a place where we enjoyed each other's company. The reason I play WoW still is because of people like Guzee, who I've been playing with since the last third of Burning Crusade. So I come on, I hang out with my friends, and that's how I unwind at the end of the day. So
I think a lot of people
so when I found Warframe, I found that here's a game that I really enjoy playing. It's quick missions and everything, and also it's because it's a bit more mentally engaging as well while playing. The smaller communities are pretty good for that. Just because the chat, you're not relying on chat to keep the conversations going as much. And I think a lot of people have a lot of questions about it because it has gotten really popular. And I like teaching stuff at the end of the day, even though I complain about it at work all the time because I'm teaching people how to do their jobs. But digressing, I like how how helpful the community is and how much fun it is to help new people get started and whatnot. So I've really enjoyed streaming that.
Yeah, I think part of the draw, and if not like some of the main draw for people, and I'm sure people who are streamers in the chat today can testify to this, is community, and how important that is. Even when you're just starting out, when you have one or two regular people, those are your community, those are your people. And like Phy was saying, like he plays games to play with the people in a community that he cares about, that he has fun with, and he doesn't care what content he's doing necessarily the whole time, because he has the people that he wants to play with. And a lot of us log into games to play with people, not necessarily to accomplish anything huge or be famous or anything like that. And I think once you start sensing community, it really feels natural to just keep inviting people when it's a nice place to be. And that's kind of how DNA started, right, Grumpy?
Absolutely. We it's weird how it started, really, because we spoke about this, didn't we, before we even started DNA. We had this little community that just sort of developed by itself. Like, we never said let's make a community together. It just kind of happened. And after, I raided you, you started raiding me, we started hosting and raiding and all this kind of thing. We spoke about, we saw people that would show up in your stream, who would then show up in my stream. And so you'd be hanging out, for example, in my stream, and you'd see one of your regular viewers and you'd be like, oh, hey, hello. And then we took that on with other streamers, like, for example, Dragons. We'd go over to Dragon's stream and I'd see you there and you'd see me, and so on and so forth. And so we just had a conversation one day, didn't we? I said, can we have a chat on Discord? And so you and Phydeaux joined a voice chat, and we just said, well, we already have this community. Why don't we give them a space, somewhere they can hang out, somewhere where if we're not online and our community are still there, why don't we give them a space to do just that? And that night we had a chat, and DNA was born. It was strange, wasn't it? Because I approached you and said, why don't we do a community together? Because I'll be fully honest, I'd been in a couple of other communities. I was in BNN, British Nerd Network, but I never really did anything in it. I was in Valhalla's Most Wanted, but again, I never really did anything in it. But I saw that they were a great place, and I saw the value in it. And so I approached you guys and said, like, why don't we make our own? And you guys, I think you'd already been thinking about it, because you were like, we're like, yeah, absolutely.
As soon as you mentioned it, I was like, that's exactly what we should be doing. Yeah,
absolutely. So it was definitely a collaborative effort. It wasn't one person said let's do a community. It was all three of us came together and said let's do it. And we had a very long Discord chat. And then the Discord channel was made, and that was again crazy to think that if I hadn't have raided you that one time, if I'd never met you, we wouldn't be sat here now with a 200 member community in 2 months, with a podcast sort of show going on, with the numbers that we're seeing. Because as much as we say it's not important, of course we're all growing together. But yeah, if we hadn't have just sat down one night and said let's do a community, it would never have happened.
I feel like the baby DNA was already in existence. We just didn't have a place to congregate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you came to me and said, let's do this, let's have a community in a place where people can go and where we can support each other, because we were already doing it.
Yeah.
We were already raiding and hosting and hanging out with each other, and it felt so natural, but we didn't have a place to organize.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just like, you knew of some of the people I watched hosted and rated. I knew of some of the people you watched hosted and rated, but we wanted to bring that together because we all kind of have this. I know people who are in all of our chats are going to they can testify to this, but every one of our streams has kind of a similar feeling.
Yeah.
There's just this family magic stuff that's going on that it's really hard to describe. And I've had a very difficult time explaining to somebody what it feels like to be in a DNA stream, but it feels like family.
It's like Disney films, though, right? It's like every Disney films are different. You've got 101 Dalmatians, and then you've got Frozen, They're completely different films, but they share something. It's that feeling,
right?
You know, it's a Disney film.
It's magic. Yeah.
It's
it is
common. I think it's a common sense, because one of the first things we said when we wanted to when we were forming DNA is we said we want it to be positive. We want it to be a good thing for everybody. We want it to be a non-toxic, positive place. And all of our streams, even mine, where I'm ranting about loot boxes and I'm going crazy and I'm shouting, and it's still a positive, non-toxic environment. Well, I think it is anyway. And all of the
except for people who disagree with you.
Yeah, of course. If you disagree, get out. But every single one of the DNA certified streamers and us as the co-founders, we all share that non-toxic, welcoming, friendly attitude. And I think that's what you're talking about, really. It's a hard to describe thing, but it's there, you know. And we look for that when we decide who to bring in to DNA.
Right. Yeah, we want to keep that. It has to be a family. It has to be that non-toxic feeling. We don't just, you know, some people are really entertaining if you're going in to watch them play at a high level at a particular game, but their community is toxic.
Yeah.
Their chat is toxic. What they say to players they're playing with, you know, I get grumpy at people sometimes in my games, but I'm not attacking people or calling people names or telling people to, you know, do things that is inappropriate. Like we all have unique personalities. We all get grumpy. We all have really good days and really bad days, but we still maintain this. Like, if somebody from Guzee's chat comes into my chat, they are my family.
Yeah.
Anybody from DNA is my family. And I have people come from Grumpy's stream and say, hey, he's been ranting for 15 minutes. I came to say hi while he's finishing this rant of his. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. What's he ranting about? Yeah. And they'll tell me what's going on in your channel. And then they go back to your channel. But that's like walking into another room to say hi to somebody in the house, right?
Of course. Yeah.
You know, like, hey, how's it going? You know, I know I'm doing this with somebody else, but I just wanted to say hi, and then they leave again. And it doesn't feel, I don't know, like if somebody came into your chat and said, oh, I'm going to go to this random person, like I'm going to go hang out in Ninja's chat, but I just want to say hi. You know, it's different because we share a family and we know that they mean good and they're active in our chats. And it's definitely, that's what we look for in DNA streamers for sure. And that's also one of the main benefits of the community is the recognizable faces. So I can pretty much go into anybody's chat and there's somebody there that I've seen in DNA Discord, in Guzee's stream, in Adonria's stream. And recognizable faces kind of like reinforces that feeling of being family, that feeling of having a group of people who support each other pretty much no matter what. Because I know that there's been new people who are having a hard time starting out that we've really like just embraced, gave them a big old DNA hug. And the benefit of being in a community like this is being able to have that effect on people, making them feel welcome, making them feel like a part of the family. Like, this isn't a clique. We're not an exclusive club.
Yeah.
We're not, you know, you don't have to fill out an application to be a part of DNA. You know, like you are DNA.
You don't have to fill in an application?
Just you.
Oh.
Yeah, that was just you.
Just
okay.
you. It's, you know, it's that you guys are DNA. You are DNA. I tell people that all the time because without everybody in the community,
welcome to Earth.
Yeah, there's no DNA.
Absolutely.
We don't exist without everybody else. And it's really easy to be a part of something, but not feel included in something, to not, you know, feel like you are embodying that group. And I know some of the new people have a hard time, you know, feeling like they're a part of DNA because maybe we seem cliquish or we already have this established group, but there's no way we would even exist without everyone, viewers, other streamers, even all the non-certified streamers. We are all DNA. And the benefit of that is that there's a place for everybody in our Discord. We have so many channels. If you need something, there's some place in there and somebody who's going to help you. You know, everybody is so generous with their time. That's the most valuable thing that we all have. We all know as streamers and viewers, where you spend your time is so important.
Yeah.
And to have so many people be supportive of everyone else, even if they don't know them, never been in their stream, that if they say, hey, I'm having trouble with this in slobs, and you know, people who are using that program can pop in and say, yeah, just, you know, this is how we troubleshot it. And I might even know who they are. You know, they're a Dawn Rios viewer that I've never met before, but that's that kind of family that we've been cultivating, and that kind of community that we've made that is really just, you don't get over it. Every day I wake up and see how many messages we have in DNA Discord, and I am humbled every single day, how many people we have supporting each other. And I think that was kind of a revolution for us. I don't know, Grumpy, you and I had this discussion about how we were only announcing certified streamers. Yeah. And we didn't have a place for other people to garner support without us doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of a turning point for DNA, where we maybe felt more like an exclusive club then, which was kind of unfair, right? I feel like we kind of made that decision that there's a place for everybody, and we wanted to create that kind of environment.
Yeah. Well, it was weird because we talked about this, how DNA has sort of just exploded in that, especially in the last few weeks. But it was kind of like it's our baby, right? We came together, we made the DNA Discord. We saw the community there, we brought them together in a place, and we invited some certified streamers. And that was how we started. It was very much, we're doing this thing. But the bigger that DNA has got, as it's grown, and as new people are coming in, like a lot of people that are coming in now, I don't even know who some of these people are, because, you know, they're people coming in from all different, everyone's advertising DNA, everyone's, you know, promoting it and everything like that, which is wonderful. But I think the community's gone from being very much this very small, almost like a niche community for us, which is not what we wanted. We always said we wanted it to be a community for everybody. But I think now it's growing so quickly, it's becoming something that really is almost out of our control, really. We overview it.
We let it be free.
Absolutely. We
point,
overview,
you know?
we manage, we moderate, but really it's growing beyond our control. Now we're not going to people like we did at the start and said, hey, you come to our community. People are coming by themselves. Right. And so I think that feeling has made the community a lot better for a start, but it's made it, like you say, you know, we need to be able to support people that maybe I don't personally know, maybe you don't personally know somebody, but we need to still be able to support them, because otherwise, you know, what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's another reason, like, why we support other streamers, as it's not that, you know, we have to personally sign off on anybody's stream or anything like that. It's that we want, so if one person in our chat, a viewer who is in our chats or in one person's, doesn't matter, has another streamer that they really enjoy, we want it to be a place where you can also share that. We want to support creators. Yeah. The only really like the limiting factor is that we want to support people who have DNA, essentially. You know, they have that family like not family friendly, but that, you know, that family oriented, welcoming and positive environment. And other than that, like, we'll let it go. You know, that's kind of where we've taken a back seat to recruiting, because it is a testament to what DNA is. People are coming on their own. Yeah. People are talking about it. And family friendly. No,
because I'm not family friendly by any stretch.
Right. Yeah. Family oriented, it doesn't even work. You guys know what I'm talking about.
It's non-toxic, in my opinion. I think it's
non-toxic,
friendly, welcoming, and non-toxic, I think, are the you know, the tenets of the community. Because at the end of the day, we have people that are, you know, grumpy. We have people that are family friendly, like Periton. We have, you know, Dominic doesn't like to swear. I love to swear because that's who I am. We have so many different people. This is what we were talking about earlier. But everyone shares this kind of this viewpoint that we all want to be friendly and welcoming. You know, somebody would never come into my stream and I would tell them just straight to F off. You know, like, that's not the feeling there. And I've always said in my streams, sorry, just to make it all about me, but I've always said in my streams that, you know, you're allowed to have any opinion you want. We're there to discuss. We're there to get, you know, you can be grumpy, you can be passionate about your opinions, as long as you're not attacking anybody. That's the rule in my channel, is you're not allowed to attack anybody. And that's why, you know, you can come into my channel, Echo, and I could be ranting about loot boxes, and it doesn't matter, because you know that, you know, I'm not going to attack anybody over that, and you know that you're not going to get attacked. You know that a viewer can come in and say, I really love loot boxes, and I might shout at them a little bit one time, but they're not being attacked, you know. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between being toxic, and some streams are toxic, and I avoid them like the plague, because I don't like I don't like that environment. I don't think it's positive. I don't think it's a good thing.
I think when we started DNA, we talked about changing the face of Twitch. That there are so many channels that are like that. That the entertainment value is that it's toxic.
Yeah.
And that telling people that I stream on Twitch can be embarrassing sometimes.
Yeah.
Because of the people who are on the front page. And not that there's anything wrong with that type of entertainment. Like, I'm not judging anybody who goes in there to enjoy that, but we wanted to create a space where it's more welcoming.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely. I think, I'll be honest, I think a lot of the toxic stuff on Twitch, it's like any community. I think Twitch is overall a positive one. I just think that the toxic communities get more coverage. They get more, they get more attention because it's a controversy. It's a bigger thing, isn't it? It's very
Shock
easy.
Factor.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Logan Paul, look at him. It's exactly the same thing. You look at people who have these really big, horrible, toxic, massive followings, and they get more news coverage because people go, oh, look how bad that is. But no one's going around, talking about all the positive communities like Ashley Christ community or whatever, because it's not as fun to talk about, in my opinion. I think that's the thing. But we absolutely, and I think this segues quite well into why we support other streamers. It's because, for one, you goddamn need support these days on Twitch. Somebody who we both started, me and you, Echo, we started in 2018. I started at the end of 2017, but I didn't really get it. I started properly in May, and you started around the same time, didn't you?
Yes.
And, starting on Twitch in 2018, in my opinion, is difficult. It's a lot more difficult than you realize until you go. And for me, the one thing that has helped the most, without a doubt, is community. 100%. My own, the DNA, you guys as support, because you guys know, if I have a serious problem, I know I can DM you and you're going to help me out,
Yeah.
But we just were streamers at one point. We were somebody that I just raided you one day. I didn't know you before that. I've never met you IRL, and so, we have all these different layers of community, if you will. But just having those community, some form of community, some form of support is, in my opinion, essential. I think you can't get by on Twitch in 2018 without it.
Right. And I think that was the draw for Guzee, right? He said in his origin story, like, the community portion of streaming was the draw. So I would say that Guzee has a really good insight into how that kind of has evolved for his channel too, because I know some of us had more humble starts than others. Grumpy, you started streaming and didn't have any people and stopped, and the benefit of supporting each other, I think Guzee can also testify to.
100%. I mean, you guys have already said everything. There's not much for me to say. Like, if it wasn't for community, I probably would have already given up. I say this multiple times each one of my streams. I stream for you guys, not for me. I'll be playing WoW regardless. I do it because there's people that actually like to come and say, and again, this is not even, they're my regulars now, but I saw them first in your chat, and then it's like, oh, hey, I'm going to go check out Guzee. And now they're my regulars as well. And it's like, hey, man, I had so much fun watching you today. Thanks for streaming. And it's such a, I don't know, this is the mushy Guzee that doesn't normally come out. It's such like a warm, fuzzy feeling in the cockles of my deep black heart about how
the subcockle area.
Subcockle? Wow.
A deep coffee stained heart.
There you go. Hey. But
Speaking
no, but again, it's the fact that like you guys already said, we have people that I've never spoken to, never seen, never met, that want to hang out. And it's not people that found me, it's people that found you guys, that found me through you guys. And likewise, it's something we were discussing last night, people that have found you guys through me. And now when I see them in your channels, like, it makes me feel so awesome. It's like, hey, this is something that I helped to foster. These are people that found me that are out hanging out with everybody else too. So it's I don't know, it's like a circle of life almost. But it feels so amazing that one, that I was able to help foster that, and two, that you guys were able to help foster that back my way.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I know that he was talking about how he had 38 followers before you even started streaming. And I think given that a lot of the games that we all play, the browser pages are really saturated. Without DNA, Phi would have had the same start as Grumpy and Guzee, I think. And given that he's a part of DNA and a positive part of DNA and been in other people's chats, and he's already he has a following already. And I think that's impacted his experience starting out. What do you think, Phi?
Oh no, that's definitely, that's probably one of the main reasons, I didn't start actually streaming earlier was the, community grind of, at the time, I've played WoW for 15 years now. Mm-hmm. Being one of the people with 0 members, it's just like, look, I come here to play with my friends, and, all my friends were in game, so I didn't really have much driving me to stream. And the reason I streamed was to, hey, now I wouldn't have even started streaming because we were always in Discord anyways. Mm-hmm. So I would just be doing a screen share like we're doing right now on Discord. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even needed that. So it's actually pretty just perfect storm of events of, there's so many things that could have happened that I would have, never started streaming, or any of us would have ever started streaming.
Right.
So
I know a lot of us had pretty humble beginnings. I didn't even have a green screen. I had 0 lighting. I had the overhead light in the room I was in, which made me look yellow. And I know that I already had my desk mic because I did some not voiceover stuff, but I did some voice recording work. So I had my desk mic, but some of us have a flashlight for a stream light. So I mean,
I wonder who we're talking about.
For those of you who don't know, Guzee, come on.
Come on,
we're getting real here.
Let's see the light.
Let's see the light.
Let's see the light, Guz.
Give him the light.
Okay, for the record, I never actually use this thing for the stream.
Lies.
But you're talking about this.
He does.
Lies. But I think we all now have these amazing tools that have improved our experience streaming. For me, it's not been the green screen. It's not necessarily been like Slobs. Nobody's going to say Slobs is an amazing tool for streaming. We all, a lot of us utilize it, but it could be kind of unreliable.
EchoeWings not sponsored by Slobs anymore.
No, they completely revoked that. I think that we've all found like resources and places to go and things to read that we all really value, that has helped us grow as streamers. I know, Grumpy, you have a particular channel that I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard about. But aside from that, I mean, you can also talk about that, but what else has really helped you with your streaming, like made it, like streamlined it or improved it for you?
Well, just to go on what you just said, I started with all the equipment. This microphone that I have, which is Rode NT USB. Please support me. Please sponsor me. No, but I started with the exact same equipment I did on day one, with 0 viewers and no community. I had the microphone, I got all the equipment because I was, I'm going to do YouTube. And really, that hasn't made all that much difference for me. I started with very humble beginnings. But the resources that have helped me more than anything, well, first and foremost is the community, just to bring it back, to bring it back to DNA. Having that community, having somewhere where I can go if I have a camera problem, like I had the other week where my camera was flickering for God knows what. Being able to, ask in a channel and say, yo, has anyone got a Logitech C22 and has it ever flickered before? And have people go, yeah, I had this problem, here's the fix. That is really important for me. Related to that is the emotional support as well. I mean, I know we're supposed to be talking about resources specifically.
No, this is good.
But I think honestly, I think that your best resources are people. I think that's true for everything. I think it's true for your job. I think it's true for streaming. I think your best resources are people. You can have all the equipment in the world, and if you don't know how to use it, and if you haven't got, anybody to help you out, then there's no point. We've, I've had doubts. I've had loss of direction. I've had days where I just don't know what I should be doing, and being able to have somebody to talk to about that. You know, just being like, yo, have you ever had these doubts too? Which is kind of why I made that YouTube video, which I really want to make some more on. Sorry to plug my own channel. Because a lot of people found, you know, use in that, going, oh shit, I'm not the only, sorry, we saw again. I'm not the only person who has these doubts. I'm not the only person who has these struggles. You know, I thought it was just me. I hear that a lot from that YouTube video. I had a lot of people message me saying, oh my God, I thought it was just me who had this problem. And, you know, it's really not. We're all in the same boat. And so really, I mean, you know, if we're going to throw it out there, Ashley Christ is a great source of inspiration. She's got a great community. She does stream coaching, which I'd never even really heard of. It makes sense, you know, she knows how to stream. She coaches other people how to do it. There are resources out there. But for me, honestly, the community is the most important one, because you can get almost everything you need, in my opinion, from a community. I agree. I think that the openness and the approachability of my stream has helped me a lot, because I feel like when something is going awry in my stream or something is not working, that I have people in my community, in my chat, that feel comfortable enough to say, hey, like your camera's weird, your captions aren't working, or et cetera, and are there to support me and understand that I'm human, and that, you know, I'm not perfect, and my stream isn't the, you know, going to be the amazing quality that other streamers are. Just because we are all trying to utilize our tools. We all have, you know, really busy lives outside of this. So I agree, like, community is definitely a big part of improvement and consistency too. When people remind me things are not working or off, or, you know, when my bot's broken or whatever, you know, people are there to help me walk through it. And I know when you run into trouble, you know, there's always going to be somebody in DNA who's going to give you a hand. Guzee, is there anything that you feel like is a good resource or has been a good resources outside of community?
You know, honestly, not so much. It's been a lot of community-driven stuff. Getting the green screen set up was a bit of a pain, and you know, I had people that were just like, "Oh, hey, this port's a little bit low. This port's not lit right. You're getting this weird halo. Try changing this." I mean, again, it's really just a testament to the community as a whole.
Yeah, definitely.
Something I would add, when I was learning streaming, before I had a community at all, before I ever did my first stream, one of the things I did do was went straight to YouTube and, you know, quick type into YouTube, you know, how to start streaming. There are millions of videos, maybe not millions. There are loads of videos on that. And it's the same with Twitch. You know, people will do things like talk shows on, you know, how to get started streaming. I think that's a really big resource, because there are a lot of technical things that people love making videos on. YouTube is a great example. People will love to show you. So I use Vegas Pro for my video editing. So I edit my VODs into videos on YouTube, and I had no clue how to use Vegas Pro. And every time I have a question with Vegas Pro, I'll go to YouTube on it. And the same could be said for streaming. You know, you want to set up slobs and you have no idea where to begin. There are YouTube videos for that. So I would say YouTube is a fantastic resource. As much as you know, my opinions on YouTube are maybe, you know, a little bit critical right now, there are absolutely some great videos out there on YouTube, and on Twitch as well. But more YouTube for me to get you going.
Does Phy want to talk about how he got his hardware?
So my lighting is a desk lamp pointed at a wall, and a piece of white poster board as a lighting umbrella.
Nice.
Yeah, it works pretty well, actually. Just I didn't have much space, so.
How about your mic?
The mic was gifted to me by a member of the community, Night Raven. So before that, I was just using a USB surround sound headset with a mic built in. So it's been nice. Night Raven also gave us some green screens, which is why Echo has pulled hers down, and we're going to try to get that posted up as well. And I got to buy a curtain like a curtain rod or something like that to hang one for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that for me, some of the best resources, and I've got a couple people who will probably chime in and say this is true too, that watching your VODs, nobody likes to do that except for Grumpy. Hi, Bert.
I like watching my
Hello,
VODs.
Bert.
Hi, Bert.
How are you, Bert? Welcome to the stream, Bert. You're a little late. Better late than
Always
never.
got to take over, doesn't he? He's always got to be the center of attention.
We need a Bert command.
I think Periton is chiming in for me because I this is definitely one of the biggest things, is that that if you are not analyzing yourself and making sure that you are the streamer you want to be by watching your VODs, checking your clips, and being receptive to criticism, because you're going to get it whether you like it or not.
Yep.
And some of it's negative, some of it's positive. But in general, I think that if you're not receptive to listening to both, just to check yourself, that you're not giving yourself enough credit, and you're not open to learning. And I think that that's a big thing about people who are trying to grow, is that a lot of them find their why, or they think they find their why, and they have a hard time adjusting to what their community needs / wants. And watching your VODs, watching your clips, being open to learning all the time is super important. Analyzing your stream from a viewer's perspective. Like, if you go into your VOD and you're like, my camera is a little small, can't really see my facial expressions, that's something your viewers are thinking about. That's something that maybe one of your community members is having a hard time seeing you or hearing you. And being able to analyze yourself, even though that it's really uncomfortable, like, let's not play around. The only person in here who's watched their VODs for very long is Grumpy.
Yeah. But when
Grumpy
I started,
it
was uncomfortable. Like, I 100% agree on watching your VODs. I think it's the best thing you can do, bar nothing, absolutely nothing. Because you look at your VOD, right? The way that I do it is I look at my VOD and I pretend that I'm watching a streamer that I've never met. Like, I pretend that I'm some other sort of streamer. It might sound weird to you guys, but it's what I do, right? Yep. And I watch that stream and I go, do I enjoy this stream? Would I carry on watching this if this was somebody else? And that is the best thing you can do, because if you say to yourself, yes, I would absolutely continue watching this stream, fantastic, but then ask yourself why, and how can you make that better? And if you watch your VOD and you go, do you know what, I'm not enjoying this, again, that's fine, that's good, because if you ask yourself why and you go, oh, well, it's because whatever, like, I just wasn't funny, or it looked horrible, or it sounded horrible, or the gameplay was crap, or whatever, that's absolutely the best thing you can do, because that means you're less likely to do that again. And next time you stream, you'll go, oh, well, I remember when I was watching myself and there was that 10-minute period of silence, for example. Let's not do that again. And I absolutely agree. This is the best thing that you can do. And we joke about it. We joke that I enjoy watching my VODs, but I legitimately, when I started, it was so uncomfortable. I was listening to my own voice. I was like, God, I was cringing at my own voice. I was looking at myself being all shy and, not looking at the camera and blah, 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 blah. And it was very uncomfortable. It's gotten to the point now where I've watched myself so much, because I watch my VODs for analysis purposes, but I also video edit. So I'm constantly staring. I think I watch my own channel more than I watch anybody else's, which for work purposes, and honestly, legitimately, I'm not, this is going to sound so self-indulgent, but I remember I was watching a video once to find some clips, and I ended up just watching my own stream for an hour. And it was the stream that I'd just done that day. It was a stream that I'd literally just streamed, and I started watching for an hour, and I was like, whoa, I'm enjoying this. And it was this weird, like, well, it was weird.
The truth, Grumpy.
No, it
you
was
sleep to the sound of your own voice.
No, it's why I don't sleep. I can't stop watching myself. But no, I went, whoa, well, I'm actually enjoying this stream. Like, it was a weird, surreal little click moment for me where I went, well, I'm enjoying it, so that must mean other people are enjoying it. And I really looked at why I was enjoying that stream, and I try to replicate that every day now.
That's awesome.
And it's what you got to do. And even if you hate your own stream, that's fine, because you are analyzing it. You are looking at yourself. You're trying to improve.
And I think everybody has those moments where we hate our own streams.
Cool.
Is while we are really celebrating DNA today, DNA is a community of streamers and viewers and content creators who are people, human, and who have insecurities and who have worries and who have doubts and who have amazing days, and we love to support them, and who get rated by tons of people, and really like we celebrate the good days, but we support each other in the bad days. And it's really important to be open about, for me, being able to be open about having bad days. And I know that I've come into a couple people's chats recently, and said that I was a little discouraged about my stream. And I think it's important to talk about the fact that we have bad days. Once in a while, I will log off and be like, nobody had fun. Nobody was there. Yeah. Nobody wanted to be there. You know, why did I stream? You know, maybe they had other people to watch, and maybe I wasn't really entertaining. And and aside from all of the normal streamer stuff, and just to kind of branch out a little bit, as a woman, I also analyze myself alongside other women on Twitch. And I know, even though you guys are doing the same thing with any other streamer as well as men, for me, it's important to try to take a step back and decide who I want to be as a streamer. Because when I start comparing myself on my bad days to female streamers who are way different content than mine, but are very successful, I doubt my content and I doubt myself as a creator. And there's no way I would make it through those days without DNA. Because when people are quiet in my chat, when I have a stream that feels quieter or less exciting, or I don't feel like I did a good job entertaining people, DNA people are always there. They got my back. And sometimes I don't even have to say anything. Sometimes I don't even say anything. And somebody's like, hey, how you doing? You know, how are you feeling? I noticed something might have been off. Or, you know, I feel like it's important to recognize that while we're celebrating Parrot getting rated by Markiplier, and we are celebrating Snuggy's movement to add captions to Twitch, and we are supporting her from Ashley Christ's channel, from her own channel, by sharing everything that she is doing. By, like, I went into her stream and she was trying to gather information. I was like, wait, like, let me make you a survey. You know, we support each other's missions. And like, Grumpy went full time. Like, Fi and I are Patreons for Grumpy. Like, let's not play around. Like, we are trying to support each other in really positive ways. But the benefit of that, you know, being able to support each other when we have really great days, is being able to talk about and discuss and support each other. And remember, we're human when we have bad days. And I know Grumpy's been through some of the roller coaster stuff too.
Yeah. I think we all have, though, as content creators. I think it's very difficult because for one, everyone streams for different reasons. You know, like me and you, Echo, we stream full time. Well, I stream more full time than you because you have other commitments. You know, you have the doggos and stuff. But I'd put all of my energy into this. Some people just stream for fun, you know, and that's fine. And so some people view streaming differently. But we all, generally speaking, we all want to grow. We all want to have fun doing it. You know, this is a lot of people's dream jobs. I know it is my dream job, because people look at streaming and think, oh, you're just sitting down and playing video games for fun in front of a camera. But it's not that simple. Like, I almost look at video games differently now than I used to. You know, it's almost like I look at them as if they're my job now. And I'm not thinking, oh, I can just sit down and enjoy a game, because generally speaking, if I'm just sitting down in front of my TV playing my PlayStation or whatever, I'm not entertaining. I wouldn't be entertaining to watch. Right. And so absolutely, there is this roller coaster feeling. You can have an absolutely fantastic day one day. Me, I just played Little Nightmares on Wednesday. Had an absolute blast playing that game, because I really loved the game. And people came along and we had discussions about the game because it was really cool and it was great, and I loved that stream. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and say there's not been days where I've been sat there playing a game and just been like, you know, I'm tired now, or I'm not enjoying this game today, or I just don't feel like I'm being entertaining. Or let's be honest, viewer counts as well. You know, we've had E3 week. E3 week, everybody had lower viewer counts because everybody was off watching E3 or everybody was at E3. Everybody across the board in DNA had lower viewer counts, and that can affect you a little bit psychologically. You can think, oh shit, what's happening? Am I not being entertaining this week? You know, people getting bored of me? Are people, you know, has my bubble burst? I think that's a big fear that a lot of people have, that my bubble is going to burst, you know.
Right.
And you're absolutely right, Echo. Like we had a little chat, and I hope you're okay with me saying this, but
honest, yeah. We're honest, open. Go for it.
We had a chat because we both were like, oh crap, we've got way less viewers this week. And I had a chat with another streamer who also came to me privately and said, I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've got less viewers this week. And I was like, it's E3 week, guys. Like there's nothing you can do about it. You can't blame yourself. You know, you should be analyzing yourself and going, well, you know, is there things I can do better? Maybe was I not entertaining that week or whatever? But sometimes you just don't, you know, streams are lower viewers. And sorry, go ahead.
There's a dozen different reasons, and there's many more than that, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, loads.
Of why you might have a new games come out every week.
Yep.
And if you're not a variety streamer buying every single game, every AAA title the week it comes out, and every single indie title that just happens to get big, you know, you're just the viewer count is always going to be fluid. You know, we have here in a couple of weeks, we have Monster Hunter PC is coming out.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, WoW is going to come out. You know, so there's going to be people that are going to, you know, that there's a lot of people that like Monster Hunter PC or Monster Hunter World on PC.
Sure.
And when that comes out, there's going to be a lot of people from a lot of different communities that are going to be watching Monster Hunter instead of something else. And if somebody is on mobile, they only get to watch one stream at a time. It's hard, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, as a fairly newer streamer, you know, my view counts will fluctuate wildly.
Yeah.
Last weekend, I think one stream I had, you know, largely in thanks to DNA and a couple raids, I had like 22 viewers on one day. The next day I had 2.
Yeah.
And the next day I had like 30.
Yeah. So you might sit there and think, what the hell did I do wrong today for that 2 view, like only to have 2 viewers? But
and it wasn't
it can be out of your
just
control.
that nobody came in.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't that people were coming in and leaving, just no one showed up.
Yeah.
And that's fine. And there's no blame there's not necessarily blaming on myself. I'm not blaming other people for not rating me. But what you can do is when you have very few viewers, experiment, have fun, relax, get better at just holding one-sided conversations, talk about the people you're playing, you know, the NPCs, or you know, do whatever you can to just stay there talking. I know that I've definitely hopped in people's and keep an eye on chat. It's really hard to keep an eye on chat when chat's not moving. Yeah. I understand. But, you know, I know I've done it. And even, you know, this week, several times, I was just hopping in someone's chat and I said hello. And 5 minutes later, they hadn't responded to me, you know, and it's just like, well, all right, well, I'm just going to lurk now. And, you know, but a lot of other people would just leave, you know, and they might not even wait 5 minutes. It might be 2 or 3, especially if you're not doing something, you know, that seems that high of a, you know, a demand on your attention. You know, if you're running around mining in WoW and not reading chat, you might lose people that would normally have stayed. So those are the things to, you know, to keep going. And Sarah says, you know, talk like there's a million viewers, say everything you're thinking. And then at the same time, it's understandable because as the community grows, the community takes on a role in itself.
Yeah.
You know, and especially, you know, during Grumpy's rants, you can see it. the community will be having conversations and are like, Grumpy, we're not talking to you.
Oh, that happens regularly. The amount of times I'll be mid conversation, people are like, well, he's off on and we'll just have our own chat. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But like, this is what we're talking about. Like, just to tie everything back into DNA, you know, if you don't have that person there who can say, do you know what, I also had bad numbers this week, or I also had slow chats this week. If you don't have somebody to support you, I can 100% see why a lot of new streamers just go, well, I quit because it's not working. Yeah. Nobody's watching, nobody's enjoying my content, you know, for whatever reasons. And like I say, I'm super grateful. I am so grateful that we started this community together and that I had that support from fairly early on. You know, I'm only 4 months into my streaming career, and we're coming up to 4 months. And for my first couple of weeks, I was that. I had nobody. I had 0 viewers. I had 0 chat. I had the odd person coming in saying hi and then probably leaving, you know, as Phi said, probably ignored them because I wasn't expecting them. But since I've had the community, since I've had DNA to rely on, and I've really had those bad days, and I come and I speak to one of you, maybe privately, maybe in the actual Discord. It doesn't really matter. But having somebody just to say, do you know what, it's not you, you know, it's not something you can control, and having that support and having someone just to say, like, keep your chin up, you know, is so helpful.
Yes.
Mentally, you know, and emotionally, whatever you want to say, I think it's almost required at this point. I think this can be so rough. This can be such a rough time. It can be so demoralizing, and it can really affect you. Depending on the person, you know, I don't really get very much. I don't let really much things bother me, you know. Like, if I have a bad day, I move on. But some people especially really do. You know, some people will think about a bad day all week, and having that community support there is just wonderful, honestly.
So before we're gonna keep going, but if anybody in chat has not entered the giveaway, please just type DNA, just the letters DNA, and that's it, and hit send. Enter the drawing. If you don't want the game, or you already have the game that we give you, give it away on your stream, or give it to a friend to play with. But just type DNA into the chat. If you don't get a confirmation, just give it a second. Turtle, JP, I think Nyberg, you're entered. Okay, everybody just go ahead and enter. What if I'm in
the chat. Can I enter?
Sure, do it.
Yay, I want to enter.
You were the ones giving it away.
And
I'm gonna try and see if I can fix my camera real quick, because it's gone really dark out because I'm in England and it rains a lot.
Yeah, you're
very
you're
bright.
kind of a ghost.
I know.
Oh wait, it's getting better.
Yeah, I just fixed it.
Whoa, close the curtains.
No, it's my brightness. That's better. It's really cloudy outside.
Although you're wearing a white shirt, so it's like reflecting everything up onto your face. But I mean,
I did it on purpose.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I think that we all have those days, and DNA has definitely been there for us, for all of us. Honestly, every single one of us has had a day where DNA is the only reason that we keep going. Honestly, you know. But I think Guzee kind of touched on it when he talked about his origin story. But DNA sometimes for me is my why. But the reason I stream is community, and also I pretty much everybody in here knows who I am, but I stream because I have been fostering animals from a local shelter, and I want to engage people in learning about homeless pet population and pet care and responsible pet ownership and what it takes to raise animals. Everything is for the dogs in my stream, and the cats. I've had numerous cats as well. All of my stream proceeds go to charitable causes. I am not a charity, but none of the money I make from Twitch goes anywhere else but to the animals. I'm a regular volunteer at a shelter. I've fostered really difficult cases. It's just, that is my why now. When I started, it was because somebody in here, Guzee, told me that I should. when I was inspired by his stream and his community. And I didn't know at the time how much it was going to mean to me and how crazy this was going to get and how much of a difference we have made. We've paid for a puppy's parvo vet bills. We have single-handedly, but I say that kind of loosely because it's been my stream and DNA, we have raised 13 cats and 12 dogs. That's nuts. That is crazy that my stream was able to make that big of an impact, even if it's just here, just in Houston. I have so many people who have started fostering because of the stream, because of the community, because of how beautiful it is. And for me, on the days that I have a hard stream or I have a bad day, even just personally, finding my why was so important because I remember why we're doing it, and it reinvigorates that I need a stream. I want to be with my community. I want to share these things with my friends, with my family. And so I think every streamer has to find their why. And I'm going to call a few people out if that's okay. I know that Penella Squish just started, and her why has been like a positive environment for LGBTQ. And for her to start streaming was kind of scary, but she's found her why by having people come into her chat and say how important it was that her stream is going, you know, that they needed to be there to be with her, and they needed her that day. And I think it's really important to find that why and to live that even when you have bad days. And Guzee kind of talked about his why being like the community and for the people that are watching him. Do you want to elaborate a little bit, Guzee? You want to talk about that?
No.
Too bad.
Nope.
Too bad.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, again, I'd be lying if I didn't say that one day I'd like to be partner. But you know, I know that's not going to happen. And because of the community that we've created and everything, that's why I keep going. You know, if I had that aspiration to become partner, and I still was where we were before we ever started DNA, I probably would have just been like, you know, I tried, it didn't work. But now again, yeah, I might not be the biggest channel on Twitch, but I have such an amazing community that backs me. So my why, again, is because I have people that like hanging out with Guzee. And like that feels, again, like so warm. It's like people actually want to hang out? Like, really?
Yeah.
And like it feels weird. It feels like I'm saying like, oh no, people hate me. And obviously that's not what I'm saying. It's more along the lines of it's incredible how everybody's just like has so much fun. And you know, again, we always have fun on my channel, or we try to. Some Echo said before to me, I'm not gonna lie, it's like, man, you look miserable today. It's like, yeah, I kind of am. It's working.
I'm a bit honest sometimes.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can look as miserable as you want. If I do that goddamn sexy command in your channel, I'm having fun. So that's all that matters, really.
And I keep it sexy just for you.
Oh, I know. I know.
Eggplant emoji.
Oh my.
But yeah, again, we've already said it. My why is because of everybody that's here. It's because of Grumpy, because of Echo, because of Phydeaux. It's because of all of you that are in chat. And there's way too many of you right now. I'm not going to start calling out all of you. It's because of the people that come, that hang out. And if you come by for a couple minutes, even if you come by just to say hi and then that's it, you know, pop that smile on my face and say, that's awesome that they thought enough of me to even just say hello to me today.
Yeah.
My why is because of DNA.
Yeah. And I think sorry, go ahead. No, you go. Ladies first.
I was gonna prompt Phi for his why, but he kind of talked about how he was streaming for friends, you know, when he was raiding in WoW. But I think Phi maybe hasn't found his why yet, so I kind of wanted to maybe touch on that a little bit. What it feels like to not necessarily have a direction or like a firm why yet.
Do you want me to lead into this one? Because mine's kind of relevant. Because my why has changed several times. As I said, when I first originally wanted to do YouTube, before I even knew what Twitch was, like I'd always thought about doing YouTube. I'd watched big YouTubers. Jim Sterling, Total Biscuit were my two big ones that I watched all the time. And the big thing with them was they were very pro-consumer. They they had this sort of voice in the gaming industry. Total Biscuit said this is bullshit. Oh Jesus, yeah. Total Biscuit said this was bullshit. People rallied behind him.
Extra toasty.
I've never had the extra toasty ones. Next care package.
Yeah.
Next care package.
Next care package. But yeah, so I originally wanted to start with YouTube, and I kept saying to myself, let's do a podcast, let's do all this kind of thing, blah blah blah. And I kind of fell into Twitch, and Twitch wasn't my priority. And the more I did Twitch, the more I realized that I enjoy it so much that honestly Twitch became my priority and YouTube is my secondary. My YouTube channel is there to support my Twitch channel. And so my why when I first started was honestly I'd had a lot of single player games that I was playing for a long time, and I had no one to play with. And so I was like, but if I start streaming, I can maybe find some people to do a podcast with or to play games with or whatever. That was my why. But then when my channel started growing and it started growing kind of well, I was like, well, maybe I could make a career out of this. So then that became my why. Making a career became my why. And then when we made DNA and I realized how great DNA was and how useful DNA was, that became part of my why. And so really my why changes, it evolves, and right now my why is because I love it, because it's great, but also because I really want a platform. I want a voice. I want my voice to be heard, and me moaning about loot boxes, is because I goddamn hate them, and I want people to know that, and I want people to understand why, and I want that platform so people can listen to me. And so that's part of my why. And as you said, Phydeaux maybe hasn't found his why yet, but I haven't really either. Mine changes. Mine is of course I want to make partner. I want this to be my job. I want to make all the money. So of course I do. But I'm still sort of finding my why. And I think it's important, very important, to know why you're doing this. But don't feel, if you're somebody who hasn't found your why yet, don't feel like you're wrong or you're bad or you're a bad streamer or anything like that, because really a lot of people haven't yet, and that's fine as long as you know why you're doing it.
Yeah. I think it's more important to know what kind of streamer you want to be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What do you think, Phy?
Yeah, I think knowing what type of streamer you want to be is probably a good primary goal, right? Are you trying to make partner? Are you trying to be entertaining? Are you trying to be informative? Are you trying to just if you want to be a variety streamer and let everyone know, well, is the newest game on Steam, is it worth purchasing? I mean, that's for example, Total Biscuit, that's why people watch his stuff, was because you could trust his review.
Yeah.
Whether he liked the game or not, he reviewed it so well,
absolutely,
that you would know if you would like it or not. And that's what people, that's the value he brought to gaming journalism. So do you, are you trying to fill that role? Are you trying to be the person who is the best at a certain game, and trying to be one of the top Fortnite streamers, are you trying to have a good, are you just trying to build a fun community? The reason I have been so active on Twitch for so long is because I have been, or I was for years, I was subscribed to Day 9, and he was pretty much the only sub I ever had for several years. And because I really enjoyed his content, and I'm a horrible StarCraft player.
Same.
Ditto.
But I just like watching his streams. He is entertaining, but also now he is such a large streamer that he has his chat set to sub only mode, and he has to have a second, he has to use the rooms for open chat.
Yeah.
And largely it's the room entertaining itself while watching him have fun playing games, right? So it's just you foster the community, and your community will help you grow, and your community will help, show you what is the proper way for your channel to grow. Now you can disagree with that and say, well, this is what I want to do, and that's fine. And that's one of the things I think why games or Twitch streamers can become toxic, is if you allow toxicity into your channel and you don't stop it quickly. The people that don't want the toxicity will leave far faster than the people who want it. So you have to have those people that are invested to stay, and you need to, unfortunately, that's where you have to be strict, and you have to be rough, and you have to ban and kick those people that come in and do inappropriate things and say inappropriate things.
Ban the haters, keep the ass kissers.
And ban them quick as well. Everyone gets a chance. Everyone gets a chance. There's a difference between being a troll, JP, and being a douche.
Right.
Just get rid.
And that's the thing. And for the people that have to deal with those, because a lot of the people in our chat have had to deal with that, and if the smaller streamers will probably hopefully haven't had to deal with it as much, but don't give them a platform, ban them, and don't even mention it. If you have mods in the chat that can do it, we've even had people in this chat today that we've banned, so and that's fine, but definitely we haven't discussed it before this talking point right now.
And let's a big shout out to mods.
Thanks.
How many of you who have brilliant mods? I know we share mods across the board. Raynar's not here anymore. He went to breakfast with his family. Good for him. First, self-care is always way more important than tuning into Twitch. If you're not sleeping, if you're not eating, if you're not spending time with your family, you're doing it wrong. You're not Twitching right. But besides that, like, Raynar is in so many people's chats. He is a dependable person. He's an amazing mod, and there are so many people that are not streamers or are that come into channels to carry that burden of protecting us essentially from what can be a really toxic environment if it is let. If I remember having to mod my own chat when I got raided by a Method WoW streamer, and before he raided me, my very first really big raid, it was hundreds of people. And I was very new. Before he raided me, his community asked the streamer if they could harass me. They straight up said, "Can we harass?" He didn't address the toxicity. He didn't address that they were asking if they could harass me. And they did. They came into my chat and they harassed the crap out of me, and I had no idea what to do. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have mods. I didn't have people to protect me. And I was new. Now, when people come in, because I get it a lot, and I know everybody gets trolls, I get the ones that come in that say they want to eat my dogs, or, they want to do things to me. This is a very dark part of Twitch where, being anonymous can give power to people who are poisonous and toxic. And we value mods so much who show up, and even on the streams that are hella boring, because we all have those days where our streams are not as fun as others, the bad days, our mods are there keeping chat going, greeting people, monitoring for the trolls, and just being really, really awesome people. And I think that that's also a part of why we stream too, is those people have committed to us. Those are the unsung heroes, the people who don't have a face that really are a big part of the community.
I'm just gonna add Muffin to the call to completely break the
Do
stream.
not add Muffin to the call.
Just to add on top of that, I think that's part of what mods do. I think it's a lot more than that. I think that's just one aspect in keeping us safe.
Yeah, definitely.
I see mods as being like the team behind a TV show, right? You have the actors on the stage, we're the actors, but you got to have the camera crew, you got to have the people sat there making sure if something goes wrong that they fix it. And I know JP, for example, is a big help for my streams. If my title is wrong, if I've forgotten to update the game or whatever, I know he'll go ahead and do that for me. And that just keeps the flow going. It keeps the stream more entertaining. You know, if somebody brand new comes into your stream and you're there going like I do every goddamn stream, being like, just hang on a minute, guys, I've just got some technical difficulties I gotta fix. Like, that's slowing the stream down. If your mod could do that for you and you can carry on doing the entertainment factor, that's an overall net positive for your stream. And I think good mods, because there's some mods do more than others, and that's absolutely fine. Some mods will just sit in chat and ban people. That's also absolutely fine. We appreciate that help. But good mods, in my opinion, do far more than just ban people. I think they are integral to Twitch. And yeah, I know for a fact my streams would not be as interesting or entertaining without my mods. So thank you guys.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Shout out to everybody who comes in with a sword in any of our channels, in any GNA channel.
100%.
If you're trusted with that, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a streamer or not, you are DNA, and it's not that you're, that the mods are any better than any other viewer, but that they very rarely get shouted out. You end stream, and how often do any of us whisper our mods and say thank you?
Yeah, it's true.
I've never done that.
Me neither.
And I personally, while we're discussing it, feel guilty about not doing it.
Yeah.
And not that we're doing anything wrong, because I know they know we appreciate them.
Yeah.
We just don't tell them enough. And I think that that's important. If you have people in your stream who are supporting you on a consistent basis, reach out to them. Make relationships with those people. Tell them how much they mean to you. Viewers, mods, other streamers, that's a part of being in a community, is being active in that community. And if you're active in DNA and you're active in your community, you're building relationships with people that are going to last for a very long time.
Yep.
And that's the same with Grumpy and I discussing after the raid, after streaming, after sharing our families with each other, that when we talk to each other, that's what solidified that Grumpy and I were going to work together, that we were going to support each other, is that extra step, that the ability to go past being shy or feeling a little self-conscious about yourself and deciding to reach out to somebody and telling them how much how much you appreciate them and what they're doing for your channel. So I think that while every one of us have had really bad streams, we've also had some really freaking amazing streams. So we're going to segue into our favorite streams. And I honestly haven't thought about this. Has anybody actually thought about which one was their favorite stream? Grumpy has. You start.
I have two. Well, I had to change mine because originally my favorite stream I've done so far was my Alien Isolation stream.
Okay.
Because I loved that. It was just so much fun. I was playing a horror game. I really love Alien. Alien is one of my favorite franchises. I played it a little bit, but I'd never finished it. And it was one of the first games on my list of games to be finished, because anyone who knows me knows I have a terrible habit of not finishing games. I'll play halfway through and give up or whatever. And so I made it my mission to finish some games on stream, and that's part of my why right now is to finish some games. And I've actually really enjoyed some of the games that I've finished so far that I may never have finished without streaming them. So Alien was one of my big up there ones that I wanted to do, and I just had so much goddamn fun. And I know for a fact my viewers had fun. We had this whole joke that people would just cheer one bit just to scare me. We turned the volume of my follow alerts up a little bit, so it literally made me jump. I remember Damascus, who's one of my, shout out to Damascus, he's one of my regular viewers now. He followed me in that Alien Isolation stream. I'm sure it was Damascus, I think it is. And he followed me, and I literally was like, fuck you. And I was like, oh shit, I've just said to somebody's first experience in my stream, I've just said fuck you. But it was because it scared me, and I was like, oh shit, I've just literally lost a potential viewer for life. But it didn't matter. He ended up staying and becoming one of my regulars. But we just had so much fun. And yeah, Toddy, we had the whole Betsy thing. I made up a silly stupid thing. We called the alien Betsy, and people were like, Betsy's gonna get you. And it was just, I don't know, it was the most fun I'd had. And up until doing my Little Nightmares stream on Wednesday, which by the way was a random out there. I was supposed to stream WoW. I felt really bad about it. I just was not in the mood for WoW. I would have honestly been miserable if I'd streamed WoW. But I have a schedule, Mondays and Wednesdays on my WoW days. And so I said, I just can't do WoW today. I'm going to be bored as fuck. I'm going to be sat there. We're going to cancel the stream early. It's going to be crap. I'm playing Little Nightmares. And I was fully expecting people to be angry, or people to be like, well, it should be a WoW day. You're not playing WoW. I expected no viewers. But I streamed Little Nightmares and just had an absolute blast with it. I'd never played that game, not even a little bit. And I honestly, since I finished streaming that game, I've been watching tons of YouTube theory videos on it because the game was just so interesting. But experiencing that playing that game for the first time with my viewers, and we came up with theories because we had no spoilers. If you've never played Little Nightmares, by the way, it's there's no real story there. There is a big story, but it's only told to you via what you see. There's no person saying, and then this happened, and then this happened. It's just what you see, and it leaves it to your own interpretation. And so we came up with our own little theories on what was going on while we played it. And right at the start, I was like, there's something weird going on here that we don't know about, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there was. And I just had so much fun. I had so much fun, and now I'm going back making a YouTube video of the highlights of that stream, and I can tell when I'm watching it how much fun we were all having together. So those are definitely my favorite streams so far.
Guzee, do you have a favorite stream?
No, I'm kidding. My favorites are anytime that I get to do one with somebody else.
Co-streams.
It's always more fun with friends, right? What was that? Echo's gonna echo?
I'm gonna echo that because we had a co-stream.
Yes, we did. Bert, stop. Thank you. Sorry, he just completely blew away everything that I was thinking about. It's definitely more fun with. Wow. I'm trying to think of how we're going to family friendly this, guys.
It's more fun with others. Just say it. Just say it.
It is. Because I could sit there and I can play WoW with myself, or even if I'm doing a dungeon and maybe if I'm in Discord with one of you guys. But it's different than actually getting to play the game together in what you do in game, and your choices together matter. So what I'm going to say one particular stream. This doesn't mean that I had never had fun playing with anybody else. Favorite stream that I ever did was with JP when we played, what was it called? I can't remember.
A Way Out?
A Way Out, yes, thank you.
That was my first stream I saw of you.
Was it?
I think so.
Okay. I mean, the game itself was fun, very story-driven, and no, it was A Way Out, JP. And just the way that me and him handled both our characters and our choices. It wasn't exactly RP, but in a sense it was. I played my character a very specific way. He played his character a very specific way. And, we spoke about our choices, and he said, "Are you sure this is what you want to do?" And I said, "I'm playing this character, and this is what he would do, so yes." And I just had so much fun, one, because, again, we were able to go back and forth and talk about what we were thinking and why we were thinking that. The game itself was just a lot of fun. It was a great story. So again, that was my favorite overall. But that said, anytime that I do get to co-stream with anybody, anytime that I get to do a partnership, whatever you want to call it, those are my favorite as a whole. So again, A Way Out with JP, Echo, you with Portal 2, me and JP played We Were Here. I would say those are probably among my top three. I played Overwatch with you guys. I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And so again, just anytime that I had somebody else to stream with, 100%, hands down, my favorites.
I feel like for me, aside from the co-stream thing, which is amazing, and when you get the opportunity to do so, I highly recommend it. It's definitely not an everyday thing because it can get really in the way of you, growing as a streamer. Not that you're going to not grow, but you know what I mean? Like if you always have somebody there to bounce off of, there's certain skills that you develop as a streamer when you're by yourself that aren't going to bloom as quickly. So I definitely highly recommend it. But for me, and I'm going to get kind of mushy, okay? For me, my favorite streams are where my community makes a difference. The ones that inspire me to keep going, the ones where people come into my chat, maybe downtrodden or having a bad day or not feeling their best, and they witness my community moving things in this world that really help me feel solidified in what I'm doing and really make me feel important and make my community feel important. And as somebody who has self-confidence issues and is self-conscious about my my creations, my drive, my motivations, my content, that when a stream makes a difference for people, when people come in and leave happy and we move things in this world, like paying for vet bills and raising animals and donating to the shelter and, you know, helping me be, you know, outfitted for volunteering, buying my shirts and stuff like that. It's making a difference from my seat, essentially. If we can make a difference while I'm in this chair, that's been the most amazing stream. And it builds upon itself too. Like, for instance, I wasn't even directly a part of it, but Weems's charity stream.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people were there. I had people in my chat being like, oh, he met another goal. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. And I'm like, I can't stand it anymore.
He met his goal before he even started
streaming.
stream, didn't he? He had like, was it like $100 he had for his whole stream goal, and he made it before he even started. It was great.
Yeah. So like those type of streams, even though I wasn't 100% a part of that stream at all, I was streaming at the time, and my viewers were so loyal. They kept coming back and being like, yeah, he met another goal. Oh, he met this goal, and check Discord. He met another goal. I'm like, fuck it. I want to be there too. Like, I'm done. Let's go.
Banana tap.
And so, yeah. So we left. I ended my stream like in the middle of stuff because I couldn't stand it anymore, because he was making a difference and I was like just chilling, which is fine. I love just chilling streams, but that's where my favorite streams are. So like Weems's charity stream, and the stream where we paid for Archer's vet bills, and where we met multiple of my stream goals to help me pay for the fosters, you know, because we pay out of our pocket, Phi and I do, for all of that. And we're still in the, you know, we're still in the red, but those differences are huge. Like, we can keep doing that because of those streams. And I think those are my favorite streams. And I know Phi has barely started, but I'm sure that he has at least somebody else's stream or one of his streams that has been really neat or really important to him, hopefully. No?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were giving me an opportunity to talk.
Yes, it's your turn.
It's my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Yeah. I've had a couple good, I mean, I really don't have that many streams under my belt. But I think, you know, the what was it, this past week, Echo rated me for the first time, and then Guzee rated me, and Blockcow rated me, and somebody else rated, and I'm sorry, but I think I had like 5 raids that night, you know. And, you know, every time somebody raided me, you know, a couple more people would stick around for a little while and whatnot. And I think Echo went to bed at like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just every time somebody would raid me, I'd stick around, and they would stick around, and we would chat. And I got raided again, and then we were chatting with new people, and then, you know, we started going up the viewer count list, and we started, you know, drawing in just completely new people. So, you know, we talked about DNA, and we talked about the game, and yeah, I think I was up till like 3 a.m. that night, you know. And I think that's probably my best and my favorite stream so far. You know, but I've had so many good experiences in other people's streams, you know, people that are in DNA and a couple people that aren't. That's a big draw for why I want to stream. You know, I want to be able to, you know, connect with people is probably the simplest way to experience, you know, to explain that.
Sure.
I play, you know, like I said earlier, I've played WoW for 15 years, and not because WoW is that amazing of a game, but I have, throughout the years, I have found great communities and stuck with them. I think that there are still some people on my old servers that I have on Facebook, and I don't think maybe even on Battle. I know I have some people on BattleNet that I don't remember who they are anymore, and I'm pretty confident that those individuals are from my old Burning Crusade, you know, guild on another server that I haven't, you know, I've had maybe 1 or 2 conversations with. You know, so that is why I'm around. And I have tried to more or less replace WoW with like new games as they came out for quite a while. You know, Aeon and Rift and Final Fantasy and a handful of other games that were all supposed WoW killers. But like, regardless of how good the game was or not, the community and the communities that I was a part of never hit that critical mass where they could maintain themselves, you know, and you would just slowly, you know, bleed out people. And then all of a sudden one day you've logged into a game for the 5th day in a row and you're the only person on in the guild or whatnot. Right. So, you know, and that's the biggest, you know, that's the biggest problem. And that's what the nice thing about DNA is that, you know, it doesn't really matter what game you want to play. We're not a WoW community. We're not a, you know, Blizzard community. We're, you know, if Grumpy decides he absolutely hates, you know, WoW once BFA comes out and he wants to do something completely different, okay, you know, that's fine. There's
which might happen, by the way. Just saying, it might.
But there's, you know, there's so much more to do, you know, and it's not like, well, I'm quitting WoW, so I'll never see anybody in my WoW guild ever again, right?
Right.
And that's the nice thing about, you know, about Twitch is that you can play whatever you want, and and that's, you know, the thing what Penny said, you know, she left WoW because it was so toxic. Yeah. And that's why I've been able to stick with WoW, is because I've been able to surround myself with people that I consider true friends. Yeah. And I know the community's toxic out there, right? Yeah. But I surround myself with people, and most of them have my address and my phone number and know my real name, and I have met in person most of my guild, or at least of the veterans and the officers and whatnot. You know, we've had drinks and food and stuff, so that goes a long way. You know, Guzee quit WoW for what, a year and a half, Guz?
Which time?
Yeah, exactly. So, and he came back and was literally welcomed with open arms. Yeah. You know, and everybody just screamed when he logged in. They're just, Guzee! You know, and that's why I've been able to stick with WoW for so long. It's not the game, right?
Yeah,
it's the community.
Absolutely.
So what do you think your channel is going to look like coming up, Phi? What do you want to play on Twitch? What do you want to stream?
What do I want to play? Whatever I want to have fun with, you know. If I figure out a way to, you know, I'll probably play WoW. I'll probably play Warframe for a long time coming. I think it's a good game. Warframe kind of scratches that same itch that I had with Eve, honestly. I love space science fiction. The time sink into crafting stuff is a lot like Eve, where you learn skills in real time. So it's like, this is going to take you 3 days. For the next 72 hours, you're just going to be training. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. You know, it's a time gate. I understand. That's fine. I don't mind it. And it actually makes it a great second game, because you can go do stuff and you're like, well, this is going to take me, you know, a few days. Yeah. All right, cool. You know, I'll get, you know, if I want to mess around, okay, great. And then I'll come back in a couple days and I'll have this new thing to play with. That's fine. But yeah, WoW, Monster Hunter when that comes out, Warframe, and if I get into anything else, I'll play that. And that's the thing. I don't need to feel like, oh, I'm a WoW streamer. If I get massive, hey, if I get a couple of huge raids while streaming LFR and normal raids, seriously doubt it. But people wouldn't be watching me for the amazing gameplay, right? I feel like I'm a good WoW player, but I refuse to invest the time into making myself a top ranked person that somebody would come and watch for the gameplay. Nor do I necessarily want the people that come and would watch me because of my amazing gameplay, because those people tend to be toxic, which is the reason why, casual is not a mythic raiding guild.
Right. So I know that Grumpy has some plans, right? So are you quitting? Wow. What is your streaming going to look like coming up? Do you have anything planned?
Well, mine, I just sort of go with the flow with mine. I have my schedule. I do Sunday fun days. I do Monday and Wednesday WoW. Tuesdays and Thursdays we're getting through my Steam games. I will be putting a lot of time into BFA in the opening weeks because I always do that for WoW expansions. I play it really hard for like a week or 2 or 3, depending on how interesting it is. Which I've not seen anything of the beta, so it could be brilliant. I don't know. Not what I've heard. I've heard it's much more of the same of Legion, so I don't think it's going to be that great. But I will be going hard into WoW as the beta launches. I'll be doing more WoW streams. I'll be doing leveling, all that kind of stuff on stream. But then I foresee myself going very quickly back to my normal schedule, probably a day or 2 a week of WoW. And the rest of the variety, because that's what I enjoy, being able to do Little Nightmares on a Wednesday because I was in the mood for it. This is the thing for me. I get in the mood for a game, I want to play it, so I want to stream it, which is what happened on Wednesday. So it's going to be more of the same, really. It's going to be a bit more heavy on WoW for BFA launch, and then we'll see how long that captivates me for.
Gotcha. How about Guzee? Do you have anything upcoming? Do you have any plans for your stream? Do you have anything scheduled?
A lot of WoW. Like legitimately, I came back 3 weeks ago to WoW.
Yeah.
And it's like Phydeaux was saying with Warframe, it's scratching an itch that it has not scratched in a long time. Yeah. I'm liking and enjoying WoW right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I'm streaming it. I don't know if it's because of I'm enjoying the shaman that I'm playing right now. I'm having a lot of fun with it. We're also in, of course, the lead up to BFA. So again, like Grumpy was just saying, that's going to be a good 3, 4, 5 weeks as we go through leveling, gearing, rating. So for the foreseeable future, for the next, what do we have? 3 weeks until it launches. So for about the next 2 months, I'm going to be a WoW guy, and then hopefully I am going to add in a day again where I'm going to move off of WoW because I am going to get burnt out again. I am going to quit again if I do too much. I'm going to move back to like some first-person shooters. And I think me and Grumpy very loosely discussed it when Call of Duty comes out.
Yeah,
I'm going to play quite a bit of Call of Duty. I'm a big Call of Duty fan. It doesn't have the greatest community, but hopefully the people that are going to be coming to Grumpy and mine streams, because it's you guys, hopefully at least people come to our streams, hopefully they'll see like, oh, hey, this is a community of Call of Duty players, which isn't terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to give you so much crap when we play Call of Duty, just pointing that out. I hope you're prepared for that.
I'm going to do the same with you, obviously.
Good.
Of course.
You realize even if we're on the same team, I'm still teabagging you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I have a kind of a loose schedule. I've been doing Monday, Wednesdays, WoW. IRL streams, and then whatever the heck afterwards. So Tuesdays I do cooking. Thursdays is Throwback Thursdays, and I think that's been one of my favorite days to stream.
Yeah.
I really like my Throwback Thursdays. We play great jams, hang out and have fun, and I usually play WoW on those days too. But I think for my channel, we're also going to go towards a little bit more IRL. I'm going to probably do a couple streams of just me and the dogs, talking about pet ownership and talking about the shelter and raising money for the shelter. I think I'm going to go pretty much that direction, only a couple days a week, maybe 1 day a week. But upcoming games like BFA, I'm definitely going to play. And I know a lot of people are going to. Monster Hunter World for sure. I want to emphasize that that's my favorite game of all time. I have probably close to 800 hours across all the Monster Hunter games I've ever played. I really am super excited it's coming to PC. For those of you guys who don't know, I have mobility issues in my hands. I cannot play console games. Otherwise, I would definitely have no lifed that, and that's all my channel would do. So I can't wait for it to be on PC. So I'm definitely super excited. As far as like upcoming streams, there is a placard area at the shelter that I volunteer for that you can buy an area of the glass placard to put a message. And I think it would be really awesome that we put something from DNA on that placard.
Like it.
So I'd be super interested in doing that. So that'll be an upcoming stream. Yeah, I'm super excited where DNA is going to go. Just all of us individually kind of finding our way and playing whatever the heck we want.
All right. Be right back.
Can we hear the dog? She's having a day. She is having a day.
Just wants to be on the podcast. It's fine.
She does. She just wants to be here. That's fine.
She wants to keep her company.
So for future of DNA, we're growing so fast, and we've had conversations about where we want this to go and what we want to do and all of that. But we do want to kind of highlight a couple things. So for those of you who don't know, Phil basically changed the face of DNA by providing us with an amazing logo, great branding, something that we're proud of.
I mean, you can see it real quick if you wanna do a quick. There you go, boom. Okay. That is the logo. If you haven't seen it yet, it's that's one Phil made for us.
Yeah, we have an amazing.
There you go.
Amazing logo. It's just, we are so lucky to have people in our community that want to use their talents to help the community. And I feel like that's something we also want to emphasize today, is that if you have something you love to do, that you're really good at, that you want to share with people, DNA is a place for that too.
Yeah.
If you're a coder, an artist, a singer, you know, if you are into music, if you make mixes, I don't know, it's whatever you do, whatever you're good at, whatever you're passionate about, DNA is a place for that as well. And I think that the testament of Filth making that logo with using his talent to support us is definitely, we want to continue to do that. And if you have something you're good at, let us know how we can help you and how we can support you. So upcoming for DNA is we're going to try to get you guys some merch. We're going to see where we can put this logo on what is going to be best for everybody. That's a little ways out because we still have to kind of figure a couple things out, but we're growing in that direction. And we want to, if you love DNA as much as us, we want to rep that. Yeah. And no better way to do that than like a shirt or a hat or a cup, like we're going to figure that out.
I like long-term goal for us, we spoke about this before, is we want to eventually do things like meetups or conventions and things like that.
Yes.
And it's all obviously
the couch stream is a small one.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. But things like meetups and stuff, if you're wearing DNA merch, we can see you in a crowd and go, you're a DNA member, because you got to remember, a lot of viewers, a lot of people that we've never seen your face, we don't know what you look like. You know what we look like, but we don't know what you look like. Yeah. And so this is what we talked about earlier on. It's not about making money. It's about having that community feel. And I'd love to have a DNA shirt or whatever to wear at conventions and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
But for that, we need, obviously, logos and things, which we now have.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
Yeah.
I think in the future, I feel like this has been pretty well received, and we're definitely interested in streaming more on this channel. We want you guys to help us grow. Like Phi was saying, that your community kind of decides what's best for your channel. I feel like it's the same for DNA. Like the community is going to decide what's best and how we grow. And this channel can be utilized by people in our community to do co-streams, to do talk shows, to really grow in the way that we want to, in a positive manner. And we want to do more of that, more of this. Yeah, I think in the future you're going to see a lot more of co-streams, a lot more talk shows, podcasts, things to help people, all of that fun stuff.
So related to that, we might as well talk about it. I spoke ages ago, like 2 months ago, we spoke about I really wanted to do a podcast because that was what my original plan was before I started streaming. Is I wanted to do some sort of talk show, something like this sort of style. And we're trying to get that to be. Did we decide on weekly or bi-weekly?
I don't know. I don't care either way.
If we can do weekly, weekly's fine. But we're thinking about doing Fridays, a Friday, something similar to this. I'm gonna run it because it's gonna be my baby, but something we'll call it a podcast. We'll call it whatever, the DNA podcast, whatever. But we wanna talk about our streams, how they're going, the games, what we're playing, what we're enjoying, what we're doing, what's happening in our personal lives. But also we want to have topic streams. So for example, next Friday we might just say, okay, so today we're going to talk about I don't know, things you can do to improve your stream, or whatever, like what game should you play. That could be the topic for the day, like what game should you stream, for example, and then we'll talk about that. But I've wanted to do that for a long time, and so hopefully that we'll be doing that once a week on a Friday, all to be kind of confirmed, but it will be coming through the DNA channel. And we spoke about things like, for example, all of the certified streamers will have access to this channel. So there's going to be a lot of different kind of content on here. This channel is for the whole of DNA. There's going to be different kind of things on here. It's not just going to be me and Echo talking every day. There's going to be lots of different things. That's the plan with this channel. Oh, Echo, you're muted.
I'm not muted.
You were.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
no, I'm not.
Was it a figment of my imagination? I guess we'll see.
Streamer here.
I guess we'll
Never
see in
muted.
the YouTube upload of this, right? We'll.
So, if you haven't entered the giveaway, do so right now. Just type DNA.
Can I just very quickly interrupt? We just reached 50 followers on the DNA
what?
Twitch channel.
We did not just reach 50 followers.
We just reached 50 followers
God.
on our first stream.
50 followers.
Thanks,
Yay!
guys.
Couldn't have done it without you all.
Yeah, no
Awesome.
kidding.
Talking about you
why we're
guys.
here.
Y'all
I want to
awesome.
thank my mom. I want to thank the community.
Oh,
Who
man.
you want to thank?
Yeah. So we're gonna if you guys want to keep chatting, we're gonna do the giveaway.
Okay.
So let's see how many.
That's important.
So we're gonna give away 8 different games. And then we're going to give away a year of TSM Premium. Thanks to Muffin.
Anyone who makes gold in World of Warcraft knows that TSM is the best add-on by far. And Premium gives you so much more features to it.
Yes, so we have 8 games, and what you'll do is after you win, after it's announced in chat, go over to Discord and send me a PM and remind me that you won. And after stream, I will work on getting everybody their codes. You can redeem the code. You can give it away on your stream. You can give it to a friend. You can do whatever you want. You can trade. Yep, whatever you guys want to do. Everybody will know who won. So if you haven't entered, do so now. We're going to start the giveaway really soon. Let's see what else were we going to cover, Grumpy, while we let the rest of the people enter?
Thank you for 200. Just a quick one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, thank you guys for 200 members of Discord, which is why we did the stream in the first place, because we just noticed, we're like, oh my god, we're at like 197, right? And in 2 months of a Discord, that's like 100 members a month, and it's growing quicker. So we don't know where the hell this community is going to be in a year's time or whatever. But honestly, thank you guys so much. Like we say, we couldn't do it without you. If we didn't have you guys, there would be no DNA. Right. So I'm still like shocked at how quickly it's going. So
I never expected. I really didn't. I knew we were capable of it, but not this fast.
No, not this fast. And still with 200 members, we still have that positive and welcoming feeling that we wanted. So we had to appoint a community manager. We didn't want to. We had to. Thanks, Muffin.
We didn't really have a choice.
Yeah, we didn't have a choice.
Congratulations, Muffin. You were required.
Yeah, you were required. And we're in talks now about having more of a social media presence. So that's going to take more people, more people to be in control of that. So yeah, we kind of have to at this point. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy how it's snowballing.
It is, yeah. Definitely. And I feel like it's not, there's no end as long as people continue to really love what we're doing and support us. I don't see this ever stopping its momentum, because that's what we're creating. You know, we're creating a space for it to grow. And I'm super excited about where we're going to go. And all of you guys are a part of that, you know, a part of molding what DNA is going to be. And not just the first 200 members, but everybody afterwards, the people that you invite because you know that they're going to be welcomed, you know. It's just there's no limit to what we can do, who we can boost up, the people that we can make a difference to. So absolutely. So I'm going to close the giveaway. So everybody should be entered, hopefully. I'm going to close it. We're going to pick multiple people. So 8 games, and then we're going to pick a winner for the TSM Premium. And it should announce in chat. Let me make sure that that's going to happen.
With the TSM Premium, just let us know if you aren't a WoW player. If you don't want it, obviously we'll redraw that one. If you want.
Redraw. Yeah. Okay. So entries have stopped. Okay, I'm going to hope we can pick multiple winners. I think we can. So first person is Nyberg.
Is someone writing this down?
Nyberg.
Should we write this down?
I am writing it down. Fantastic. I don't know why it is not notifying chat. Hold on.
It might have a delay.
Maybe. I don't think so. Okay, so Nyberg.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Professional streamers here.
And then, is that Asylum? It is ASIMULMU. And these are for games. We're giving away game keys. And then Lizard Wow, you've got a game key coming your way. And remember, I'm going to post these too. If somebody wants to add to the people who are winning right now, Guzee, do you want to add the people who are winning? So Nyberg, and then I will add Asylum since it's a funny spelling. And Lizard Wow, yep, awesome. Thanks, guys. And then let's see here. Mushy the Goblin, congratulations. Mushy. Remember just to PM me in Discord so I can get you your key. So 4 more. Sugar Princess Fluff, congratulations. And then, right?
Yeah.
Zeptimus, congratulations. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more. A nobody named Sarah, congratulations. Woohoo!
This is my hype face.
And Raynar Zero, well done, guys.
Riggs.
Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So if you have not won, we are going to we're going to draw for TSM. Can we get a drum roll? Spam the chat. Can we? Yeah, let's go ahead and spam the chat with whatever you got. If you haven't entered, I'm sorry. Rip. Go ahead and do whatever you want. Spam it. We don't have
any emotes yet for DNA, unfortunately.
No, but everybody else has emotes. They can use whatever emotes they want. Well, there you go, Snuggie. Well done.
I want to do some. I want to do them. So there you go.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
Some mice.
Did we enter? I kind of want to hear of TSM.
Well, you can enter.
No, it's
okay.
You already closed the.
Yeah, I did already close.
Yeah.
I was gonna break your heart for a second. It's okay. I'm not gonna be mean. All right. And the winner of a year of TSM Premium is Sammysaurus Rex.
Sammysaurus Rex, congrats. Are you a WoW player?
If you are not a WoW player, let us know.
Don't worry if you're not. Let us know. We'll redraw it. Just because obviously...
And we'll also just give you a game too, since you did get drawn for something. Yeah, we'll get you a game.
We'll get you a new game.
Sammysaurus, are you here? Or you're here?
Come on down. It's fine. Look, people may be shy, Echo. We're not all as confident as you. All right, maybe we'll DM her and then she can let us know. If not, we'll redraw it and we'll announce it in we'll announce it either way in the Discord. We'll do We'll DM her, see if she wants it. If not, we'll redraw and announce.
We'll redraw, and if you win because Sammy is not here or doesn't want it, then we'll let you guys know.
Yeah, do a redraw now. Do a backup draw.
Well, yeah, we can do a draw, but we probably shouldn't announce it to get.
Yeah, don't announce it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. I got a backup draw. Redraw. It's a secret.
Must be present to win prizes. I like that one.
Yeah.
Get those viewers.
That's what I was kind of thinking, but I didn't. It's fine. It's not a big deal. We'll work it out. Okay. So Nyberg, I don't know if that's Asylum. ASIMULEUM. I don't know. Lizard Wow, Mushy, Sugar Princess, Septimus, a nobody named Sarah, Raynar, and Sammy Source Rex. So if you were picked, send me a DM in Discord, and I will get you taken care of just as soon as I can. We're going to get you some links to some games. Like I said, give them away, keep them, give them to a friend, whatever you guys want to do. We just really appreciate you. This will not be the last time. SEM. Oh, no, yeah, I don't know.
This, by the way, guys, this was a very hastily organized thing. We didn't have a lot of time to organize this stream, so streams in future will be a little bit more. We for example, we don't have alerts on right now or anything like that. This was all set up yesterday, pretty much. So
yeah.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Especially so next Friday. Should we say again 10 a.m. next Friday for the podcast?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
10 a.m. next Friday will be
next
a podcast.
Friday on this channel, guys. 10 a.m. Central. 10 a.m. Central next Friday.
Yep.
We will be doing another podcast. No, don't know who's going to be on it yet, but we'll be doing another podcast. So be here or be disappointed, I guess.
Or watch the VOD.
Yeah, no.
That's supposed to be a square.
Square?
Be there or be square.
No.
That's because you won't be around.
Hey.
Oh.
But
all right, guys. We will see you around, obviously, in our own streams, and in DNA Discord. If you guys have any questions or need anything, you know where to find us. We love you all very much. Thank you so much for 200.
Thank you for being here as well on our first ever podcast show, whatever you want, announcement show, whatever you want to call it. We're sat there at 40 viewers, so thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully you'll enjoy.
Do we want to raid somebody?
I was thinking about this one. It's tricky, isn't it? Because we are a DNA community channel. So do we want to only raid DNA people, or do we want to raid randoms?
I would say yeah. We
raid DNA people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy for it. I'm happy for it. Is anyone on right now under DNA?
Yeah. Meraki's on, I think.
Quite a few, yeah.
Is she going to be streaming?
Sushi, Periton, Meraki, Yams, Listerus, and Reason TV. That's who's online right now.
Can I go? Wait, where's my dashboard? I'm at my dashboard.
Meraki is playing Sims. Yeah, it seems like that's kind of paired in a Meraki. Yeah.
Digital Network Arena. Oh, there we are. Top result live. Communities. There we go. 103 viewers right now. Right. Sorry, guys. I'm getting used to streaming from a channel that's not mine. It's odd. Get off. Right, there's us. There's Sushi, Meraki, Periton, Yams, Listrus, and The Reason TV. Who do we want to go for, guys?
I would say Meraki or Periton. Do you want to draw Strauss?
Meraki or Periton? Should we have a class vote? Or
do we just want to put in the giveaway button and see what pops up?
Vote in the chat, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah, well, can we do that? Can I start a vote? Is that a thing we can do?
Yeah, well, your bot should be able to.
Poll. Ooh, I can do a poll.
Can you do a poll?
Yeah. Who to raid?
I mean, I like Snuggy's idea, but they're within 2 viewers of each other, so 15 and 13.
Periton. Start.
But will I go online, Mushy? No. Saturdays are my day off. I will be doing podcasts on Fridays, but technically Fridays and Saturdays are my days off streaming. So aside from podcasts and stuff, yeah, we were going to be doing. Well, unless Guz, do you want to do Borderlands? Because Muffin's out. And
I'm still up to do it, dude.
You want to do vote 0 or vote 1?
We'll do
0 for Merakai, 1 for Periton.
Guzee and I will have a chat.
Exclamation point, vote.
Sorry, Echo.
Yeah, it's okay.
Guzee and I will have a chat after stream. We'll figure out Borderlands. There we go. We'll be playing some Borderlands. That's my Saturday sorted. Fantastic.
Exclamation point, vote space 0 for Merakai, 1 for Periton. I like this. It's community sourced.
I like this.
And then it's not our fault.
I mean, obviously, next time if it's between the two, we'll raid the other. Like, let's be fair about it.
All right, get your votes in.
We need a raid command as well. Can we have some sort of DNA raid command? Like,
not today, but yes, we will do that.
Why not?
What are we gonna do for today? Just spam everybody in DNA's emotes, just DNA.
Yeah, just spam DNA.
There you go, Snuggie. That's what's
Snuggie
up.
knows.
Just until their bot bans us for spamming. Yeah.
Here's a spam-friendly version. Here's a spam-friendly version.
The poll is 5 for Maracay, 4 for Paradin. So we're off to Maracay.
We're off to Maracay.
Meraki? Oh my God.
It's Meraki. It's Meraki.
It's Meraki.
Yeah, it's Meraki.
Maracay is what I've been calling her.
It's Meraki.
It's awful. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, very quickly before we go. Don't know about any other content on this channel, but there will be another podcast Friday, 10 a.m. next Friday, 10 a.m. Central. Be there. We'll post it in the Discord so you remember, but it's a regular thing. It'll be great. Thank you very much for everybody for showing up. It's been wonderful. Wait, who did we say we're raiding? Meraki, right. It's Meraki 22, right? Meraki 22.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
And yeah, see you all then. Drop us a follow if you haven't already. What else do you say at the end of a community stream? I don't know. DNA's great.
Thanks everybody. DNA loves you.
Yeah, DNA loves you.
DNA loves you.
You are
awesome.
DNA.
Thank you guys.
Subscribe button.
Go follow
comment, and
Meraki.
subscribe.
She's a DNA certified streamer.
She is.
We love her very much. She's playing
wonderful.
Sims 4.
She's great.
Give her love. Bye, guys.
Bye.